What's up guys, it's Jeff and here we have the iPhone XS Max and of course the Google Pixel 3 XL here today, and we are going to do a speed test. Okay, so first thing, we are going to check out benchmarks, and benchmarks are a really good way to get the raw performance numbers from our devices here. So let's start out with Geekbench. But before we do that, let's go ahead and check something out real quick. Now, on both of our devices here, I do have airplane mode on, but I do have Wi-Fi connected, simply because Geekbench on Android devices requires an internet connection. So that is just the case. I didn't want anything kind of affecting these benchmarks, but we do have to have internet on. Hopefully we won't be getting any notifications on either of these phones, but that shouldn't skew the results too bad. So let's go ahead and open up Geekbench on both of our devices here, and then we'll go ahead and check on our navigation what we have open. So here we have only one thing open and one thing open on the iPhone XS Max as well. So let's go ahead and start out with the CPU benchmark. Now these tests do take quite a while, so I am going to speed them up through the process until one is basically done faster than the other. But in the meantime, let's just talk about the CPUs in here. On the left, we have the Pixel 3 XL running a Snapdragon 845 processor, and then we have 4 gigabytes of RAM. Now on the right side, we have the new A12 Bionic chip running in the iPhone, and that is paired with 3.95 gigabytes of RAM, basically 4 gigabytes of RAM. So they both have very similar specs, but obviously the big question is, how does the Snapdragon 845 compare to Apple's A12 Bionic chip? Okay, so on the right here, you can sort of see that on the iPhone XS Max, just at 2 minutes and 44 seconds, we just completed our test. And on the left side over here, the Google Pixel 3 XL is still at about 84%. So we do have a roughly 14% now at 86%, so 14% left, and the iPhone has already completed. Now, in regards to the scores that you are seeing today, these aren't the best scores from the XS Max or the Google Pixel 3. This is just raw performance as of right now. There are definitely other things that you can do to increase this performance. We're not going to do that today. We are just taking a look at basically the first run benchmarks. So in any case, we do have the Pixel 3 XL still finishing up here, but let's go over our results for the iPhone XS Max. So obviously you can see here we have a multi-core score of 10,444 and a single core score of 4,777. And this on the left-hand side, the Pixel 3 XL just finished up. We have a multi-core score of 7,187 and a single core score of 2,357. Now, we just did the math here, and basically adding up the multi-core and single-core results for both phones and then kind of comparing those two numbers, we have about a 37.2% increase in performance coming from the Google Pixel 3 XL to the iPhone XS Max. So that basically means that the iPhone XS Max is almost 40% faster than the Google Pixel 3 XL within this benchmark. Now let's go over to our next benchmark, and that will be the Antutu benchmark. So let's go over here and open Antutu on our device here and on our device here. Now, unfortunately, these tests do take a little bit longer, so I am just going to go over the numbers that we tested out today. Now, on the right here, you can see that we have a 308,689, and on the Google Pixel 3 XL, we have the score of 225,584. Now, interestingly, we do have numbers for every specific test that they run. So for the CPU, you can see that basically we have almost doubled as far as CPU performance. GPU performance is a little bit better with the Pixel 3 XL. And then we move over to basically the rest of the tests, and the memory does seem to be operating way better on the iPhone XS Max. The UX seems to be slightly better on the XS Max as well, so overall this phone obviously won. So what is the percentage difference between the iPhone XS Max and the Google Pixel 3 XL in this test? Well, basically we have a 26.9% difference. So the iPhone XS Max is running 26 or 27% faster than the Google Pixel 3 XL within this test. Now we do have one more benchmark, and that will be the 3D Mark slingshot test. So let's go ahead and open that up on both of our devices here. Now this one is very, very GPU intensive, so it did stress both of these phones quite a bit, and I'm not sure that it's basically optimized for these devices yet, but we'll just go ahead and run them anyway just to see exactly what our scores are. So we'll go over and see our device here. You can see that on our slingshot test, we scored a 3,984 on the Google Pixel 3 XL. And within the iPhone, we scored a 3,427. Now, if you guys are wondering, that's about a 13, almost 14% increase in performance going to the Pixel 3 XL. So in this test, the Pixel 3 XL did outperform the iPhone XS Max by just around 14%. Okay, so one of the tests that I forgot to run was actually the compute benchmark. So I'm running that now on both devices. They both started at the same time, and it looks like the Google Pixel 3 XL is finishing just slightly faster than the iPhone XS Max. But just because it finishes faster doesn't exactly mean that it's going to be faster overall. So let's check out the final results here. And it looks like we have a 13,914 on the Google Pixel 3 XL and a 21,848 on the iPhone XS Max. So obviously this is a huge difference between the two devices. Obviously Apple takes the lead in this test, and that is really a staggering result. Okay, so let's move on to actual use performance, and I put the two devices side by side here for comparison, and wow, just starting off right off the bat, the difference is stunning. As you can see, in regards to just simple navigation through the UI and opening and closing apps, the iPhone just takes the lead again. The iPhone just opens up the app so quickly, while the Google Pixel 3 XL tends to have this very long lag before actually going throughout the process of opening the app. Super strange that Google would have that, because it's not actually helpful, nor does it look smoother. So hopefully a software update fixes that so that it's not so choppy with the Google Pixel 3. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is basically a restart of both devices, and for this test I have the assistive touch here, basically because this is the only way to get a traditional restart feature for the iPhone. As you may know, in the power menu there is no shut off or basically restart feature, so we're going to have to do this with assistive touch. So let's just kind of activate the menu here on the left for the Google Pixel 3 XL, and then we'll go into the device settings here, more, and then restart. So once I tap restart there, the phone will restart. So let's go ahead and restart both devices and see which one is faster. So it looks like the Google Pixel 3 XL just turned off slightly faster. Let me know in the comment section down below which one turned off faster. In my opinion, it was the Google phone. And it just looks like here the Google phone is, wow. It absolutely demolished the iPhone XS Max here. We are able to sign in and onto our home screen so much faster. But I don't think that is necessarily good, because obviously, obviously it won at this test, but on all of the other tests in regards to speed and performance, the iPhone XS Max has come out on top. So as you saw, the iPhone did perform a lot better in most of the tests that we ran today, but you decide which one you think is faster. Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching this very short video on basically a speed and performance test between the iPhone XS Max and the Google Pixel 3 XL. Make sure to get subscribed for some more upcoming content, and hopefully we'll catch you in our next video.